Hit the intro.
We about to open up a whole can of primatology discussion. So sit your candy ass down, because it's monkey time, bitch. Gorilla Radio. Turn that shit to a reasonable volume so as to be considerate of others.
Monkeys go directly to hell.
I'm coming even more inside you.
Okay, that's new. Anyways, welcome to episode 69 of Gorilla Radio Show.
Let's go. It's your
Merry
host.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's a 1 week away. Christmas, only a week away.
We are your beloved
I'm kind
hosts.
of almost at the right angle for it. Only a week away.
We are your beloved hosts. I'm Chandra. Joining me
I'm
in
Greg.
live,
I'm
Austin.
Greg.
That's
I'm
Greg.
Greg.
He really wants you to know that's Greg.
I'm
yeah,
Greg.
I'm Austin, by the way. So,
And he's transgender.
it's not true. So
Female to male.
this Christmas. Well, a lot of people do think that, actually.
Yeah.
Why do you admit shit like this? Why are you putting that on the public record?
How often do you go somewhere like a university event and they ask you, oh, what are your pronouns?
I don't know. I feel like it's happened before, though. It definitely has happened to me before, at least once.
Well,
Is that a
today we're
Rolling
going to
Rock?
be looking at
Is that the Rolling Rock I bought when we were there?
Yeah, bitch. They're all my garage fridge. I'm drinking the fuck out of them.
We had Secret Santa today at work. And low key, I figured this was gonna be ass. I was gonna get a candle because that's what I bought for the other person. But I got a fucking full little flight set for beer, with a bunch of little glasses and a holder.
Oh.
It's so cool. And the girl even gave me a bunch of beers.
Wow.
Downside, they're all IPAs, so I'm not gonna drink them. But I do have the little flight set, and that's very cool.
Goes wicked hard.
So this
Goes wicked hard. That
So
goes
this
wicked
Christmas-
hard.
We're going to be doing a little roundup of monkey news, just like the good old days.
Love to see it.
Yo, should I go to the store and, because I live in New England now, buy a bunch of Patriots gear and be sitting in the first fucking row at this game?
I mean, you
Yes.
might get things thrown at you.
It's going wicked hot. Can I just wear all my Browns gear? Is there beef there? I don't think there is.
No. There's a lot of
We're Lake
there's
Erie
a lot of
bros.
solidarity there.
We're Lake Erie bros. I'm gonna wear my Browns gear. Then also, it's the warmest jacket I have, and it's gonna be what, 17 degrees?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
something like that.
I'm gonna
So,
fucking
you're
kill
lucky.
myself.
let's just get right into it.
I'm gonna get right into you.
Continued update on the escaped monkey situation
In Beaufort County.
in Beaufort County,
Beaufort
South
County.
Carolina. 4 escaped monkeys are still sticking together in the woods.
Oh.
A month, I think, now.
Very sorry about the train. It's called White River Junction for a reason.
I did hear the
Hey,
train
cars.
while I was editing last episode. That was kind of funny. So yeah, these 4 monkeys are still out in the woods. They're saying that they are all still in good health, which I'm wondering what they're eating. Honestly,
They're leaving them treats. I did read the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
fucking article. If you
No,
watched
I
the
do
live
remember
stream
that.
on Sunday, everyone,
No, I do remember
I
that.
told everybody about this already. They're leaving
I
them
forgot-
out
no,
like
I
fruits and
forgot.
shit.
The CEO, Greg Westergaard.
That's me.
That's our
living
Greg.
a double life.
I'm also Greg Westergaard.
Yeah.
I'm the
Stated-
least Nordic man to have ever lived.
The 4 monkeys look good and engage in species-typical behavior such as grooming and tree climbing. I could have them darted, but have not given that directive because it could pose a danger to the monkeys. Since they are doing well, we are just waiting for them to go in the traps.
Austin's pretty big in on grooming. Aren't
That's
you, bud?
not true
So
at
I've
all.
heard actually. I'm
That's not
getting
true.
reports.
I
actually.
haven't
From what
I'm
I've
getting
from
a
what
lot
I've
of
seen of
DMs.
Austin's Discord DMs,
I haven't heard this ever.
I look over his shoulder all the time. It's crazy how many Discord kittens he
Oh my
has,
God.
and how many people message him like "Good morning, kitten."
He's
playing
I'm
both
playing
sides.
both sides, so I always come out on top.
That's crazy for a bottom to say.
So it says the employee involved left the facility after the monkeys escaped, but said he was aware of no argument or disagreement involving the employee before they escaped. So he just quit? Or what are they trying to say here?
Oh, they fired him.
Oh, okay.
They fired him.
Is that like PR speak
Yes,
for
that's
the,
PR
okay.
speak for they fired him.
I mean, that's fair, yeah.
This is so cool. This is the first time in 69 episodes where I have read all the source material before you.
I've
That is
actually read
true.
none of it. I'll be
just being me this
informed
time.
by y'all. I'm
You're
being
being
me
me
That
this
is
time.
true, yeah. So, yeah, no, so they've been providing food to the monkeys because right now they're doing fine. They said the relatively mild low country winters are not an issue for the rhesus monkeys, who are native to the Himalayan mountains in northern India. So,
These are the fuzzy men.
They're just like me for real. What?
Well, you're not native to the Himalayas.
No, the story of our heritage is that my dad tells us that 800, 900 years ago our family came in from the north. We all came down to South India.
okay, that's
900
cool.
years ago?
That's what he says.
They kept track that whole time.
I don't know, dude. That's what he told me.
I can confirm that we recently received a complaint with some detailed allegations and that we are reviewing them to determine whether there are Animal Welfare Act non-compliance we need to follow up on. This is in regards to the facility, but they do say that it was just human error that allowed the monkeys to escape.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine. I mean, this is like best case scenario for this kind of thing is that it's literally one guy's fault and you can just blame it on him and fire him, which appears to be the case. But the Live 5 News, which I'm assuming is, this is the Charleston, South Carolina local news, ends the article with the sentence, over the last 10 years, the facility has received over $130 million from the Department of Health and Human Services, with the majority of that funding coming from taxpayer dollars. So, they just had to throw that in there.
Wasn't one of the Doge guys saying that they're gonna they're gonna cut all monkey funding? Isn't that like a big talking point right now in the Doge circles?
So for some reason,
it makes sense because Alpha Genesis has like a track record of fucking up. So like maybe this incident is like a one-off, one guy fucked up, but Alpha Genesis has this going on.
We are in the midst of a shift where like it used to be like, oh, those damn liberal vegans want to cut the necessary monkey funding, but little do they know it's actually super necessary for advancing health research. Now all of a sudden conservatives have like by and large flip-flopped on the these monkey studies are being paid for by tax dollars, we got to cut all monkey studies forever.
It's just grist for the mill. Grist for the ideological mill.
So with that being said, that leads us into our next article from the Washington Times, America's newspaper. I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Hey, they say it.
So this article is titled, Joni Ernst says federal spending on monkey studies is bananas.
This is such a good article.
I fucking hate these people so much because it's like, what do you want? Senator Joni Ernst is sick of the taxpayer-funded monkey business. In recognition of National Monkey Day, the Iowa Republican, of course it's Iowa, shined a light Saturday on some unique ways Uncle Sam tests the furry primates on the taxpayer dime. Miss Ernst said the National Institute of Health has blown tens of millions of taxpayers' income on, among other things, simian stoners, drunk junkie monkeys, and gambling cokehead monkeys.
Tag yourself. I'm the simian stoner.
I guess Greg would be the gambling cokehead monkey.
We already knew that. So I guess I just leave you with drunk junkie monkeys.
Yeah, I guess that would. I
tweeted this and none of you responded. It's like you people can psychically tell when it's me or Austin tweeting.
You ever shot up H?
No.
You ever shot up that China White?
We gotta get some China
White in this.
We gotta get him on some of that golden brown.
That shit leaves a bad taste in your mouth, I hear.
It's in 3/4 time. It's a good song. We should put that on.
She highlighted studies involving feeding monkeys THC edibles to see how it impacts pregnancy and having monkeys simultaneously use cocaine, nicotine, and booze to analyze levels of addiction.
This sounds in Vegas.
That's so weird, right? Motherfucker! They're trying to... What do you want? Us to do it on humans?
Yup.
We do that. We do that. It's correct, but they want to study it in a...
Senator Joni Ernst does not see 40% of Americans as living creatures.
That is true. In another test, according to White Coat Waste, an anti-animal research group, once again, weird, like, animal rights activism / PETA crossover with Republican talking points as of late. Like,
well, because
I
PETA
know
are a bunch of, politically, what's the word? Like, they're political opportunists.
Right. They're simply opportunists, and I know they see it as using the Republicans to their own end, but truthfully, I believe it's the other way around, which actually
always is.
That does remind me, last bonus episode, by the way, bonus episode 31, we talked about the Darwin incident, a manga that's coming out right now. And there's actually an interesting tidbit where it's revealed that the terrorist vegan group that is like the primary antagonist is basically not actually concerned with animal rights, but rather they are paid by competitors of the labs that they do terrorism on to take out competitors so that the other labs do better. And they're fully aware of this. It reminded me of that. Good little advertisement for bonus episode in there. But
hey, if you want the real advertisement for the bonus episode, that ship is fucking that lady.
So, White Coat Waste, Jesus, says that monkeys' skulls are cracked open, horseradish and other toxins are injected into their brains, and they are addicted to cocaine and forced to gamble for water.
So true.
I don't know what they're talking about horseradish, and in terms of skulls being cracked open, it's not like they're using a fucking hammer. This is a very delicate, precise surgery. Just saying. Like, again,
I think you could just grab some guys off the strip and just be like, hey, we will pay off your debts from the weekend if you sign up for this study for the next 2 weeks.
Like, here's the thing. I put aside my moral qualms with monkey research to be like, yeah, okay, I get it. I understand. We need an accurate medical model to test things that we could never ethically test on humans. Otherwise, we'd just be doing it on mice, and who knows if that's accurate. But it's like, all right, fuck it. I guess never mind then. Who cares? We'll just fuck medical research. I don't care if you don't. Whatever. So, other studies focused on same-sex sexual behavior in primates and cross-eyed monkeys. More than $60 million of taxpayer money was spent to maintain an island off of South Carolina that currently houses 3,379 monkeys for use in taxpayer-funded experiments. We'll get back to this. They keep doing these fucking puns. They just said, oh, for Washington, wasting your tax dollars is as much fun as a barrel of monkeys. Shut up! Shut up! Make your fucking argument. I don't care about the jokes.
The next one is even worse.
Are you taking this seriously, or are you making a joke? Do you think this is cruel and inhumane, or do you think it's just funny to make monkey jokes? Please pick one, for the love of God.
It's also kind of a little bit evidence of like Trump speak.
Yeah.
Infecting every Republican. She said, also said, taxpayers might be saying, not my circus, not my monkeys, but sadly, it is their money.
I can't believe that like this like populist libertarianism fascism brand of
You ever been to New Hampshire?
the New Hampshire Libertarian
I
Party.
found out yesterday, or I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. Fuck it, it's a podcast. You don't know what day it is. That in New Hampshire, you don't have to have car insurance. You can drive around uninsured.
The only free state.
They don't even. There's a large
Live
contingent of
free
New
or
Hampshire
die.
voters. Large contingent of New Hampshire voters who do not believe in the age of consent. It's a common problem here.
Really?
Yeah. Also, I've been thinking more. You guys know the New Hampshire Libertarian Party guy on Twitter?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this. There's nowhere in New Hampshire that's more than like an hour and 25 minutes away from me.
You could kill him.
I want to find him. I think about it often. About like quote tweeting him with, I am an hour and a half away from you in any direction. Where are you? Like, let's square up in a fucking Walmart
Let's
parking lot,
settle
man.
this.
Feds will be knocking on your door.
Because there's like there's a non-zero chance he just straight up lives in Lebanon, which is like it's right across the river. It's right there. because it is a town full of nut jobs. So, like, it's right over there. I'll pull up. Look for the white SUV with Utah plates, because I'm going to hit you with it.
By the way, do you know why they called it Lebanon?
They do that a lot.
I've just decided to just say it how they say it, because it's not worth it. They do it with everything. Concord, Lebanon. They can't, words that have more than one syllable with an O in it, they can't handle.
Okay. So, officials insist they are responsible stewards of taxpayers' money and say it's not surprising that there are disagreements over the quality or wisdom of some research projects. Others say that studies that look weird outside the world of science tend to serve a valuable purpose, which is true. The way that Republicans, as of late, have been portraying publicly funded research is like, oh, you're spending $100 million to watch bugs have sex. And it's like, you look into it, and it's like, oh yeah, they found the cure for fucking diabetes by watching these bugs have sex.
Yeah, that's the thing about like publicly funded research, like, and this is the reason why publicly
not
funded
all of it's gonna work. That's why it's fucking research, idiot.
Yeah, and then like at the very least, we still kind of collectively as a public own the research. Right. So like we can't, socialize the results of that to some extent. Here's what I was referencing when I was talking about this.
Like, okay, like these people are like, oh, we're against big pharma. We hate, the COVID vaccine. Okay, why do you want all research to be private then? Pick one, God.
Because it's like I said, it's all ideological grist for the mill. It's all just mushed together to be sold and packaged, and it's there's nobody in office who has any position in office has any actual ideological basis they're moving on, right? It's all opportunism.
Oh yeah, actually that makes sense, because it says here she plans to use that experience as the newly minted chair of the Senate Doge caucus that is set to help Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy lead the president-elect Donald Trump's new commission, the Department of Government Efficiency, to find $2 trillion in federal spending cuts.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking right now.
You know what they're thinking. It's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, we can't say it because
we live in a fucking Reddit country.
Yeah,
the soy right won. The soy boys won. They won. It's over.
Like what? Miss Urch has shared $1 trillion in potential cuts with Mr. Musk and Mr. Ramaswamy. It included clawing back spending on silly science programs, quote unquote silly science.
Don't call it that.
That among other things include a National Service Foundation test that involved putting a shrimp on an underwater treadmill to determine how sickness impacted their performance.
Just because it sounds silly people farm shrimp. Aquaculture is a very real thing. You just Googled shrimp research results.
Just to see, what are we getting out of this? Because I assumed one simple Google result will oh yeah, this is actually super useful.
It even says at the bottom of the article that the results of the THC monkey pregnancy study is that it suggests that prenatal THC exposure may affect cardiovascular development in offspring. That's that's something to note. Why are you trying to that doesn't matter. I'd like to know that. I feel like that's important to know.
Yeah, there's not enough research on THC use while people are pregnant. And as it says here,
I generally think
increasing.
that THC use is fine in most circumstances, but I'm open to the science. I'm open to results. This is just a roundup of actual real things they found from all of this research that they're saying is stupid and dumb. This
next result they found, I could have told you.
Yeah.
The findings of the cocaine, nicotine, and alcohol experiment, quote unquote, found that the co-use of nicotine enhanced the potency and reinforcing strength of cocaine. We knew that.
Right. There is also a bit of this where I don't agree with any fucking budget cutting hawks, really.
Yeah.
But the thing with this is,
especially because we know where we're wasting money.
It's
the military.
It's
that's make up 80% of our federal spending.
Wow!
To build planes that don't work.
Thank you, Elon Musk, for freeing $2 trillion dollars of our federal spending
So we
that
can build more planes that don't work.
so that we can send another 20 trillion to Israel. Yeah, no.
It also noticed like sex-based discrepancies of nicotine and cocaine usage. That I would have never figured out on my own.
Right, like I just like it's unbelievable, these people. I don't even remember what oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. I don't understand. Is this not seen as like a weird mismatch given the most recent Elon Musk controversy before he decided he was running for president of the United States a couple months ago?
Hasn't he been doing monkey research?
He's been notably doing a lot of monkey research.
He's killing them left and right.
Doing it very badly, in fact. Is this not weird to anyone else? Like,
this is the thing. Once again, grist for the ideological mill.
You love to say that.
I love to say that today. I don't know why.
All excited over here. Motherfucker just invented the grist mill.
But this is also a thing, like, now that, Musk is part of Doge, there was also that report that came out, a couple months ago. Is like, Doge is going to cut all federal subsidies and spending for electric cars.
Motherfucker, that's you as well. That's you. No, not you, Greg. What I think this means is that he wants to cut federal subsidies for all electric cars except Tesla. He wants to cut federal subsidies for all like space programs except SpaceX. He wants to cut all, spending on
SpaceX. SpaceX.
I'm trying to have some SpaceX.
That would be kind of cool.
I'm
Anyways,
trying to get in a space with you and have some sex.
Yeah, true. Anyways, I think he might even be going as far as to cutting all research just so he can privatize the research himself. Like, is that not the end goal here?
It is. Yeah.
We should tie them both to a noose, but not, and then just throw one of them over the pole.
Counterweight.
Yeah.
The counterweight.
Somebody might have to hang on Ramaswamy, but I think we need to bring back like really garish executions. It would intimidate people into not being stupid. Like, dude, we should tie Elon to the top of one of his rockets. Have you ever
like just browsed the People's Daily China newspaper Twitter feed, and it's like,
no.
Wow, looking at
hold on, we just gotta draw.
I interact with
Elon Musk with 4
life.
Cybertrucks. Just tie him up. And
it wouldn't work. They'd all break down.
All the bumpers would come flying off.
So
I think they should hang his ass off of the Twitter headquarters building.
So
it's called
and leave him there so he rots, like the English used to do, as a threat.
Is there still a big fucking radioactive sign, like X sign, that's terrorizing people in New York? Is that where it is?
No, it's
it's in San Francisco.
Yes,
he hung it on the building. I'm telling you, I've never seen somebody more deserving.
Like, have you seen?
How far can I go?
How many like corrupt corporate guys, like politicians and like corporate
deny, defend, depose
in China just get sentenced to death regularly?
Like, they just killed that guy.
They just kill them. They just kill him.
They literally did it like last week. They killed that guy.
They do this often.
They gotta kill these guys.
Our people yearn for freedom.
President Xi, my people are dying. Please send 10 Dongfang 12 missiles to X.com headquarters.
We are suffering under the Yankee capitalist regime of Joseph Robinette Biden and Donald John Trump. Is that his middle name?
John, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Of course. Very, very standard white guy name. So
I have a very standard white guy middle name actually as well.
Oh, okay.
I won't tell you people that.
Their real name is Chandler.
It's been doing brown face this entire time.
Dude, this is an issue I had in elementary school my whole life.
Because
teachers would just assume I didn't know my name and would like say, "Oh, Chandler." I'm like, no. I've never met Chandler in my entire life.
I don't know this Chandler.
I know white Indian. You brought it back, baby. We brought it back.
I feel like Punjabi guys and Dominican guys are basically the same.
That's
absolutely
that can't be true.
Culturally, it's like there's a global Latina belt, but there's also
global Dominican belt.
And it runs parallel to the global Latina belt.
It's crazy how many North Indians pretend they're white.
Let's move on.
The one time it's true.
That article mentioned a South Carolina monkey island with about 3,300 monkeys on it. I've heard of it. We've talked of it.
Yes.
This article from The State...
Part of the McClatchy Media Network.
It's a South Carolina news thing because it says "Go Gamecocks" on the top, which is so crazy that they just have the word "cock" written on all their like school spirit stuff.
Why, dude? You love
for them.
I honestly was considering going there.
Honestly, I do love
for no
cock,
other
actually.
reason than I thought it would be funny to wear a hat that just said "cocks" on it.
You would love to be a cute little femboy in a shirt that says "cocks" on it.
Well, I don't know if that's
Cocks here.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying.
A little crop top Gamecock shirt. There's his cocks there. Show off the midriff. He loves the crop top.
I think he's got a little tattoo under his pubes that says "Come here."
So very sexual for episode 69.
It's episode
I wonder why
69.
that is. Yeah. So
Does your penis open up to accept the other penis or what?
So this article says South Carolina's recent monkey escape would be nothing compared to a potential brewing storm. This article says this is an opinion piece by someone named David Lauderdale, which sounds like a rich guy from South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
That's a
The
slave
Lauderdale estate.
So it says
Lauderdale plantation.
when 43 monkeys
going
escaped
down Lauderdale
from
plantation.
captivity into South Carolina low country village of Yamasee, almost everyone seemed to be rooting for them to elude capture. Now, all but 4 of the adolescent female rhesus monkeys have returned as I write this. The Great Escape inspired greater memes and creative merchandise, including a new beer, and reminded people in our area that Beaufort County is a monkey capital of the world. The 43 little rogues who did nothing more than walk out an open door are among a cohort of nearly 10,000 that includes some 6,500 monkeys living in Beaufort County and 3,000 more in a nearby facility in Hampton County. They are bred and sold primarily for biomedical research. It's big business. Millions of dollars change hands between the private... I like they say change hands like it's a conspiracy and not just... they're just selling these monkeys. Federal government and South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. It's all managed by a company called Alpha Genesis, whose primary customers are the federal government, pharmaceutical companies, and universities.
You know, you're sliding back into the Tucker Carlson.
What's going on? Who's jacking off to this?
I'm jacking off to this.
So apparently, Lauderdale continues. 3,500 monkeys run loose on Morgan Island, and a storm surge from a hurricane could sweep them into the wilds of precious low country lands protected from development.
Well, we've talked about this. We've talked about the monkey raft theory. Theoretically, these monkeys could raft from Morgan Island.
They don't even need a storm.
To
They just
mainland
need the
America.
motivation.
Right.
They just need somebody to
This
train
could be
them
like
up.
the culmination of everything we've talked about on this show before. Invasive monkeys, raft theory.
We should sneak onto Morgan Island and launch attacks
That
on
would be
South
like-
Carolina.
That would unironically be
That wouldn't be the first time some dumbasses off the coast of South Carolina started something.
Honestly, I feel like if you were to do a terrorist attack on the United States, this would be like
I want you to stop and think before you speak.
I am not in any way condoning this. I'm just saying this would be like a really like long-lasting, damaging thing to do to America is give them an invasive macaque population.
Would it though? Or would the average American be like, oh, monkey?
Well, we've talked about
Most
this.
Americans
People-
under the age of 30 are just fucking illiterate.
That is true. We are climbing those illiteracy ranks for some reason.
That's so cool.
For some reason, it's called No Child Left Behind.
Yeah, true.
We left them all behind.
We left them all behind.
It's so
my-
cool.
wait.
I think that's it, dude. I can't wait to be. I saw a good tweet today about like I can't wait to be 50 and have like a gaggle of completely illiterate Gen Zers as my workforce. Like it's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be so awesome.
I'm doing my best. brother.
Like imagine like a 30-year-old Gen Alpha guy, just in your mind. Like all he knows is like TikTok isms and YouTube shorts.
Yeah,
And
can I
he's
get
like-
the goofy Sunday
You got a goofy
with a side
ass
of
Sunday.
blood fries?
Can I-
Can I get
Make
some
sure
extra bombaclat sauce on that?
They're gonna write the phantom tax into the American tax code.
Right, that is true.
Our first Gen Alpha senator, the Rizzler.
So Sally R. Murphy, who wrote a book about this in 2019, says it's not a question of if a storm surge will disperse the monkeys, it's a question of when. So she says that no nesting bird would be safe. It would be like having feral hogs that climb.
You gotta take it back to feral hogs every single time.
Have you seen that video on Twitter?
The javelinas?
No, well, maybe, but it's the guy shooting all the feral hogs from the helicopter, like a fucking Call of Duty chopper
I
gunner.
have not seen that.
No, I've been seeing it all over my For You page. It's a guy sitting out the window of a helicopter with an AR just fucking mowing down these feral hogs.
You gotta. There's no other way to deal with it. You have to have a helicopter.
Imagine what we would be doing drone
ARs.
We would be doing drone bombings on monkey colonies if it came to
The
it.
first on-soil American drone strike will be to deal with the feral hog population. That's how we're gonna justify it.
Yeah, correct.
Watch this space.
So she actually even said that she was asked about the monkeys involved in the, quote, much ballyhooed recent escape. Don't say that.
What word does that even mean?
I don't know. It says, quote, the ones in Yamasee seem to be tamer and more accustomed to people and were way easier to catch. I doubt the ones on Morgan Island are this way. If they're carried by storm surge into the wilds of the ACE basin, there will be no catching them, period.
And I assume she's making this assumption because they are free roaming on Morgan Island.
Well, right. They're just kind of doing whatever. But I don't know if that's true, though, because why would they have a monkey colony that they can't capture from? I assume they have, like, keepers going there semi-regularly to, like, accustom them to human presence. Like, I can't imagine this is, like, a truly wild population, but I don't know.
Murphy says our next step should be to buy out Alpha Genesis for the remaining lease on Morgan Island, remove all of the monkeys on Morgan Island.
She's suggesting mass monkey slaughter, which is crazy. Imagine them sending in like SEAL Team 6 to like just shoot a bunch of fucking monkeys.
The only thing they're fucking good for.
Yeah. They'd find a way to crash the helicopter on the way to that too. There's like 3 casualties of the fucking monkey war. 2 of them are friendly fire. 1 is the guy accidentally shot himself in the head.
And 55 years, people are going to talk about this the way they talk about the Great Emu War.
Right. So she also says, over the decades, the monkeys have decimated all living things in or on the ground and the understory on the island. Like underbrush, I guess? I don't know. It would be interesting to see how it is recolonized by both plants and animals. This would be a great study for many of the biology department students at USCB. So, I mean, one, they're just saying replace this study with another study, which, like, I have expressed this on the show before. I do think we should be moving away from macaque monkeys as the model.
Where are those invasive species at? That were the green something monkeys?
The St. Kitts Island green vervet monkeys. Now, granted, I'm not the first one to propose this. There's also some like weird startup guy who's like proposing that they fund a research company that just takes captured monkeys from St. Kitts and provides them to research labs. But like the author finishes off this article by saying, the 43 monkeys' 15 minutes of fame would be nothing compared to the enduring impacts of thousands of missing monkeys. Now, for what it's worth, I agree. I have said before, I've literally called North Carolina state representatives because I did that thing where I was like trying to, play nice and call my representative about a bill. I was like, here's the reason why we should ban pet primates is because, one theoretical is that, they could establish a breeding population. There's actually, and I did mention the monkey colony off of South Carolina, and it seemed like they were taking it seriously, and then they ignored my recommendation and co-sponsored a resolution to condemn Hamas, like a year after the attack. So it's like, all right, man, whatever. No one gives a fuck until until this guy writes about it, I guess. Whatever, fuck me. But I think it's a very real possibility. I don't think it's possible that all 3,000 of the monkeys will just evacuate the island at the same time. But I think there could be enough rafted off the island to form a breeding population.
On the mainland.
And we wouldn't know is the dangerous part. Like, we wouldn't know right away.
Yeah, they don't have the Coast Guard watching out for monkeys.
But that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
They just
I'm
they
on
turn
Monkey
into like
Watch
a
again.
fucking prison island.
day 2186 of Monkey
Going
Watch.
insane like the lighthouse.
I gotta gobble your cock.
But if you want an
That's what
idea,
it is about, right?
if you want an idea of what an actually existing invasive macaque population in America is looking like for us right now, let's turn our attention back to Florida. So this monkey, just this week, December 12th actually, was spotted roaming Volusia County in a school drop-off loop.
And
And
you
someone-
know what? Go to town, officer. Go to town. Please. I hate a school drop-off loop. Oh my god. If you drop your child off at school, you should be shot and your car should be crushed into scrap metal and used for literally anything else, right? Put him on the bus! Put him on the fucking bus! It's not that big of a deal! Stop dropping your kids off! Do you know
No,
how
you-
much fucking traffic you
No, you
cause
under-
every single day?
Don't you understand how scary buses are, though?
Oh, God. We need to bring back forced busing.
Don't we still have that?
I don't know.
Did Swan v. Mech get overturned?
I don't know.
Everybody in this country over the age of 55.
So,
Low-key.
from Volusia County, Florida, it starts, people have been seeing monkeys all over the west side of Volusia County.
West
creating
Side.
some serious monkey
Can't
business
be
for
talking like
residents.
that, white baby.
Okay, here's the thing. We're getting to a point where monkeys are in... We've read enough monkey news articles that I'm fucking tired of you starting articles out with, there's been some serious monkey business going on. Get a new one!
Please.
For my sake, get a new one.
Do you
Get
know
a
how
new
many
joke.
fucking monkey articles we've read? Do you know how many
of it-
times we've said monkey business in this podcast?
It's not that funny anymore. So, experts put the wording out, though. Steer clear if you see one. An Orange City tour guide caught one on camera early in the week while on St. John's River. Then, on Wednesday and Thursday, one was caught on camera climbing through Deltona residents' backyards. I'd seen him coming along the fence and I thought it was a cat. I have 3 cats, so I looked at his body and was like, wow, that's really big.
Look at his body.
Yeah, it's studied
His
form.
body.
I
kinda
mean, we're
slide.
talking 4 feet probably long. That's not true. I mean, if you like stretched him out, I guess
like 4
maybe
4 feet.
like if you did like toe to like
Yeah, tail to fingers.
Tail to tip.
maybe toe to tip.
We really should be recording all of these because there's so many visual gags that we do every episode.
We gotta, yeah.
We could start doing that.
We
It would
gotta
just be such
start
a
doing it.
pain in the
Everybody's gonna
ass
be
to
so
edit.
involved. Why?
Well,
You're cutting both things at the same time.
I guess, yeah.
Kind of like when you. See, those are visual gags.
Okay, so
That was another visual gag. For those of you at home, you don't get to know.
So the lady was able to grab a few pictures before running inside. She says, he just turned his face and looked at me, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if he was going to come and jump my way. I started backing up, and I just ran. What do you mean I didn't know? Oh.
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
He's
gonna come!
He's gonna come.
He's gonna come!
There's a very real possibility that
I'm gonna come.
well, yes, but there's a very real possibility that like monkeys will just start like jacking off in front of people in Florida. So, question.
Is that monkey noise or me coming?
Do you know where Volusia County, Florida is?
Let's find out.
It's somewhere near. I think it's near Tampa, ain't it? It's on like the Gulf side.
So how far is the invasive macaque incursion into?
Oh, it's where
Florida?
Daytona is. Daytona
Oh my
Beach is
God.
in Volusia County.
Dude, imagine
It's right off Orlando.
Daytona Speedway. Monkey on the track. 200 miles an hour.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That's
Just-
crazy.
Flattened.
Just
Oh my God.
explodes into vapor.
There's a very real chance that Orlando is going to start looking like fucking New Delhi in the next like 10 years. Just like
They're moving to above ground sewers in Orlando?
Are you allowed to say that? Do they have
True.
those? Oh, okay. Well,
Well, I'm
Delhi.
allowed to.
I'm
I'm,
just saying,
allowed to
we're
hate
allowed,
on cities
we're
without
allowed to
public
shit on New
infrastructure.
Delhi. We're
Well,
allowed
they're
to
already
shit
shitting on it.
Yeah.
no, that one's. So there's a very real chance that Orlando could just have like wild monkey race. Like there'll be people like sell it. Like they'll be trying to like set up those carts where they sell like, I don't know, like fruits and
See, now you're being racist.
fried. No.
They're
Like-
selling fried spiders in Orlando.
No, dude, imagine fried monkey.
I don't have to.
A nice
Chandler?
big roasted monkey leg.
Imagine a big old monkey on a spit roast in Orlando.
Whoa, I can imagine like a little blonde monkey on a spit roast.
Wait,
No, that's you.
isn't Disney World near Orlando?
It's in Orlando.
What
It's the
the
only
fuck?
reason
Yeah,
Orlando
duh.
fucking exists.
Orlando
reason-
is Disney World.
The only reason Orlando's not like the KKK's headquarters is because Disney World is there.
yeah.
Dude, imagine they have to shut down Disney World because the monkeys.
'Cause there's
have
a
gotten
monkey
to
on
invade-
Space Mountain.
Because they've gotten to invade. The monkeys are raiding Disney World and mauling Goofy.
The monkeys are in the Epcot ball.
I would love to see like found footage, like Blair Witch Project style, just like 7 macaques jumping on Mickey Mouse,
Just
ripping him apart.
him to pieces.
Just the guy in the costume.
I don't know.
And you know
I
what's
don't
the
know
gonna
if
guy in
I'm-
the costume does not break character.
Wait,
Just-
am I missing a huge chunk of this whole thing? Are you saying there's a breeding population of macaques in Florida right now?
Yes, we've been
That's
talking
so
about.
cool.
Remember, they're invasive. They
Well,
started becoming
obviously.
invasive, and they've been spreading through Florida. They're almost at Orlando now. Oh my god. Okay, what do you think would
the
be
first invasive species on Turtle Island?
what do you think would be worse?
First, the white man needs to go.
Okay, or rather,
Then,
what would you
the
think would be
macaques.
funnier? Disney World is forever changed because there's just like monkeys stealing
they
ice
just
cream
make it
cones.
part of their show.
Well, right. Well, I feel like either monkeys would start like stealing food from kids and ruining people's experience, or like biting people and giving them herpes in the line to Space Mountain.
Do you think
Or-
that that's what's going on in India
Everyone
at all
who-
times?
Well, people
People
get.
get fine in India. They're hanging out.
Well, no, there's a lot of videos of monkeys in India stealing food from people.
There's
But
a lot
the
of
thing
people
is,
in
the
India.
thing is, Indians, we know how to live with the land. We know how to live with.
Big in on
with
this
the
today.
monkeys.
This is
Big
why
in on
I'm
this.
suggesting
It's
the
coming
other.
out big time. Were you just like hanging out with your dad recently or something?
Yeah.
This is why I'm suggesting the other possibility: Disney sponsored monkey death squads. Like you're going about your day in Disney World, and you see a monkey, and 10 guys with an AR come out and shoot it to death in front of you.
Why do you think that would happen? We're not even being realistic in our stupid bits anymore.
I don't know. They're like fascist about Disney World.
It's far more likely that an Orlando PD officer hits one and careens into a Jersey barrier on the interstate, and that goes on Live Leak.
Okay. I'm just saying, I feel like there's a chance that Disney could start just like massacring these macaques
We
if they
should strap
encroach on
bombs
Disney
to
territory.
them. We should strap bombs to them like the VC did every now and then to like a tiger or something, and then like left it dead for the Marines
Ooh.
to
Did
find.
they do that?
My grandfather.
I love
tells-
the VC.
before he died, my grandfather told this story.
Greatest fighting
Tell
force
all the
Grandfathers
of-
known
Hold
to
on,
not lie.
this I think was probably real because of the look in his eye. Where one time, because he was upset that he had to do this, he had to kill an elephant in Vietnam because they had strapped explosives to its belly, because the elephants like kind of really roam around. But they were roaming around in the same area that like the U.S. military was doing patrols in, and the American soldiers would always just approach the fucking elephants because apparently they were relatively friendly. And then the VC started strapping bombs to things that American soldiers would just approach no matter what.
Mm.
So he had to shoot an elephant one time. He was very upset about it.
Well, hey, maybe he should have been in fucking Vietnam. Ever told him that?
He should've
He was
dodged the trap.
in Laos and Thailand for a while, which is
Oh, that's not good. You were doing CIA stuff.
Grandpappy was part of some death squads in his day.
My grandfather is definitely a background character in like Black Ops 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That reminds me.
that reminds
Remember
me.
when the U.S. military tried to strap bombs to monkeys to have them attack Soviet tanks?
Non-zero chance he was involved in this.
Oh yes, we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about this. What if we started doing that for real?
This is how Disney.
What if we ran it back?
This is how Disney justifies developing their paramilitary corps
I gotta go.
to fight off the monkeys.
There's to leave.
Okay.
Are
And
you gonna
then
keep going, or
Disney
what?
will
We'll
create
keep going
a
for a couple
militia
minutes.
state.
Well, let me
in
say
Florida.
goodbye.
Okay, well, Greg's got to go, but we'll keep going.
I
further.
want to just say goodbye, everyone. It's been a wonderful episode 69.
You gotta cut this out. You can't be talking like that.
I can't be talking like that?
You can't be talking like that. You're gonna
All
get
right.
the
Well,
audience
I
hard.
just want to say thank you all for listening. I'm going to fuck off now. I got to go get Jaden from work.
Okay.
Austin, I'll see you on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to the Bills game, I guess.
I'm going to drive for 7 hours and take so much Adderall.
Yeah.
You think we
love to
can
do
score
that.
some while we're up there?
In Buffalo? Probably. I mean, well, I don't know. There's a lot of
Buffalo.
All right.
You need
cops
to give
there
him
are
so much cocaine it stops his heart.
The cops there are like fucking Nazis, though.
They're like
There are a lot of
everywhere.
casinos in Buffalo, though. So.
But you can definitely
don't have
buy. You can
gambling
definitely
money.
buy meth off a cop in Buffalo, though.
Yeah, true. Cheektowaga, at least, you know.
Cheektowaga.
Yeah, that's where Gronkowski's from. That's why he's like
Rob?
Yeah, that's why he's like that.
Big
What the
Rob.
fuck is a Cheektowaga?
It's like a
Like an
it's
Iroquois word?
Yeah, I think so.
That
It's like
we're
a large-
bastardizing, I'm assuming, right?
Maybe it's like a large trailer park extension of Buffalo, kind of.
That just sounds like normal Buffalo.
Well, the only time I've ever gone to Cheektowaga has been I've been visiting trailer parks, so maybe that's just because that's where everyone who we visit at Cheektowaga lives.
All right, I'm going.
Okay, bye, Greg.
Goodbye. If I leave it, is it going to be fine?
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, and actually, this the Florida article ends up mentioning that the monkeys also tend to carry the herpes B virus, which can lead to severe brain damage or death. Keep your distance and inform the appropriate authorities.
I'm glad to see more reporting about the herpes B part of this.
Right,
Yeah.
I feel like if this podcast does nothing, it at least increase public awareness about the herpes B virus in light of this macaque population that's going to spread from Florida and link up with the monkeys in South Carolina
Yup.
and start like a fucking
The southeastern macaque caliphate. It's coming.
Dude, they're gonna run over us. They're gonna drive us through with stakes and lances. We're so fucked. Oh my god! Like, imagine fucking macaque raids on pig farms in Carolina. Just tearing a pig to the bone.
All the pork is. They're going to infect all the pork products in America with herpes B.
That is also a
and-
possibility. We might have no choice but to go vegan. I've actually been not because of the Darwin incident manga.
But a little bit because
it's been
of Darwin, isn't it?
a little bit maybe, but it's something I've always tossed back and forth in my mind, but I've never had the money to do it.
You never had the money to buy beans? You can just buy beans.
Well, I want like fun food. I don't want just beans forever.
Wow, okay, listen. Like 70%
Okay,
of the
you know
world's
what? No,
population
hold on.
eats beans.
I will never go vegan. Will not go vegan. I might go vegetarian. I'm not giving up cheese or milk. Grow up. They lay eggs. They make milk. Grow the fuck up. But I sometimes meat kind of gross. It's kind of nasty sometimes.
Meat is gross. I hate
It's,
cooking
like,
meat.
gross.
It's gross.
It's very gross. Like at least with vegetable alternatives, it's like a consistent texture. You know?
I'm sure I've said this on the podcast.
Like like you're not gonna get any weird crunchy bits.
Fucking Austin has had paneer for the first time.
It was
last
good.
week.
It was so good.
And it's like
That
I
is-
could go
that is-
vegetarian.
That is like unironically a factor in this decision. I was like, damn, why am I not? This is so much easier. I don't have to like get chicken. I don't have to like prepare the chicken before. Why am I not like? You don't have to marinate it for 10 hours or whatever. Just throw the paneer in.
Just throw the paneer in. It goes crazy.
Once I have independent income, I'll think about it. If for no other reason than my personal gripes with texture and such in food. One time I cooked a chicken breast and it was one of those like Purdue organic, and it just had like there was still like a feather in it, and like there's a crunchy bit of bone. Very unpleasant. It like turned me off of eating chicken breasts for a while.
Motherfucker does not know how to dress his meat.
But Oh yeah, keep your distance. Inform the appropriate authorities. And
30. You said it
I
again.
did it. Is this like a new accent I'm developing? What's happening?
Keep your distance and inform the appropriate authorities, and certainly if there's any kind of contact, just as a precaution, because there is no cure and there's no vaccine, to talk to your physician.
Yeah. So what we do if we do get exposed,
You
what animal husbandry workers who work with macaques do if they get potentially exposed to herpes B in any sense, which could be just like a cut, a bite, a scratch, literally anything, out of an abundance of caution, we will take a 2-week dose of, I think it's called Valtrax. It's like those giant horse pills for
Yeah.
herpes.
They assign it to you. They give it to you for herpes and cold sores and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would actually do anything in the event of an actual herpes B infection, but I imagine if you do it like we do and start it as soon as the exposure happens, as well as the 15 minutes of scrubbing and washing that we're mandated to do as well, I imagine it would be like I imagine it'd be
It's already a low transfer rate,
right?
A low
Like it's
infection
already
rate.
like, for the record, when we talk about herpes B, this isn't like a zombie apocalypse scenario where you get bit and you're just waiting to die.
Yeah.
This is like a very.
I mean, are there any reported cases of this ever happening so far?
I don't know if. I'm sure it's happened in the wild before.
Yeah, but nothing in a controlled environment.
Well, no. Most of the deaths from herpes B have been in a lab environment. Like in 2020, a guy died because he was doing an autopsy on a monkey and some fluid, it's not specified what, splashed into his eye and he died 2 weeks later from herpes B. So it's very real,
goggles, brother.
It's very real. It's a very real threat. Same thing happened to a woman in America in the 90s. Fluid splashed in her eye. She died. It's why we take it so seriously, even though it's like really a pretty low transfer rate. It's still like, if you get it, you're probably going to die, brother.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like not great to have a feral macaque population, but like India's fine.
Yeah, India's fine.
India's fine. People get bit sometimes there. It's whatever. I wonder if there's any herpes B deaths in India.
I'm Googling right now, brother. Okay.
Oh,
over 8,000 macaque bites. This is the NIH.
So this is data from India.
Yes. So over 8,000 macaque bites since 2014, but no herpes B virus infection reported from Shimla, India.
So part of this is also that...
Sir? Shimla?
Why does it start out with sir?
They love to say sir. Shimla is an international tourist destination in the Himalayan region of northern India, summer capital of British India.
Is this like a letter initially, or do they just really like saying sir? Is that like... Oh, well, I don't know, actually.
I'm not sure.
Well, anyways, yeah, so I imagine it's partially because herpes B really starts shedding from their system, like and becoming active when they're in an unfamiliar and stressful environment. That's why it's a concern for the monkeys in Florida and in lab environments.
Do you know what this means? Category 3 bites?
Category 3 bite. I think it's just like a
full puncture,
a grading scale of like the severity of the bite.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
So, okay, this is I believe a letter or something written by a doctor in Shimla, India. He says that in our hospital, over 600 cases of macaque bites, 75% of which are of category 3, and over 35% of these victims are tourists. And combining data from other hospitals in Shimla town.
That is also a problem, is that most of the people who get bit by monkeys are dumbass white tourists in India who are like, oh, my monkey!
Yeah. I assume other big chunk of this are like children.
Yeah.
And maybe like Sherpas then. So combining data from other hospitals in Shimla town, the total monkey bites every year are on average 1,326. So 1,326.
3.6 macaque bites a day.
Wow.
That's not that bad for a country with 1 billion people. That's like only 3 people potentially getting exposed to forever permanent death.
Is this Service Tamil Nadu? 3 to 4 people being bitten by monkeys daily in Shimla. Oh no,
it's the same 3 guys.
They developed the immunity to it. We need to disregard their data.
Please disregard this data. It's one guy. He's really into it.
Rabies have been established in dead macaques. And rabies prophylaxis is therefore recommended in all cases of macaque bites.
Yeah, I also imagine rabies could be a big problem for the Florida monkeys too.
That's
'cause,
probably
they're gonna get into scraps with raccoons, you know?
Oh, true.
Because like cats fight raccoons all the time. I imagine, dude, imagine a monkey picking up a raccoon by the tail and just whipping it,
whacking it
like the fucking Hulk.
In our hospital, we've also never used antivirals for post-exposure prophylaxis in macaque bites. Given the incubation period of 2 days to 5 weeks, we are yet to see our first case of herpes B virus infection after. This is like people get bit and they get incubated. They don't just like send them out. So like they can watch and make sure herpes B doesn't come.
Yeah.
Like this isn't maybe the case of like, oh, a tourist got bit and then went home and what happened to them.
I think also maybe India just has like really proactive like bite care for monkeys and awareness of herpes B.
Like he says here, we are routinely giving tetanus vaccination and antibiotic oral co-amoxiclav to cover for bacterial infections to all victims.
Yeah, so it's very like...
So like you were saying, that's like the standard
bag.
procedure. Yeah, like, you know, give your shots, start on the antibacterials immediately. Since 35% of the bites occur in tourists who may return to their countries after the bite, we believe that physicians across the world should be aware of the possibility.
Oh, it's also saying that like not everyone gets medical care; they just go home. So, it's honestly possible. I'm not suggesting this. I'm just saying it's a possibility that like people have died of herpes B, but because it's like not well known. There's a possibility it's been chalked up to complications of another misdiagnosed thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know that they're like testing for herpes B. Like, if you go to India and you come back like violently ill, they're probably going to test you for other things before they think
herpes
to
B.
ask, were you bitten by a monkey, perhaps?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know? And like even then they might assume
you drink
like,
any water?
Yeah.
You drink water while you were there?
Drink any of the water.
First question they ask you. That was a bad couple nights when I actually drank some water in India. I thought it was cold tea. I thought it was iced tea. It was not iced tea. Yeah. It was just water with some rose syrup in that bitch.
Yoinks.
Yoinks.
That's not something anyone's ever said. I don't know why I said that. Anyways.
All right, Shaggy says it sometimes.
No,
when he forgets how to say zoinks.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
When he's too high to remember zoinks.
Yeah, he's... Shit, what do I say again? Yoinks? Zoinks? All right, I think
we've hit all the monkey news for today, right?
Yeah, that's a good 4 articles with a lot to talk about. There's a lot to look forward in the future. Maybe maybe the
macaque caliphate's coming, brother.
Maybe the macaque caliphate will destroy the settler colonial state of America, KKK.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for episode 69.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go strap Austin down to the bed in celebration.
Okay.
Yup. I bought the straps and everything.
But make sure you check us out on Patreon, on Twitch as well.
Mm-hmm. Patreon.com/GorillaRadio.
We're pulling together our pod money to try and buy a VR headset we can do Gorilla Tag.
Oh, Gorilla Tag's so real.
Yeah, it would be on brand for us. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.